Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, we look at some of my beads. So it's a bead haul, but I've had them for like 50, some of them I've had for decades, but I'm only just getting around to showing them to you now.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So I had loads of stuff on my bench. I cleared it all off, which took me an age, and I put down this lovely fabric. I've got 2 yards of this fabric and it's extra wide, so I was kind of thinking, this is the box of now empty that all the beads were in. So yes, we have quite a few to show you. So yeah, that fabric, I was kind of thinking of making a dress, but it's too see-through. And so, yeah, I think I will just make 2 jackets out of it because it's got these gorgeous little squares on it. So I'll put like a bead in each one. Anyway, so loads of beads, and I've got them sort of in color order. So we'll go with the orange ones first. These are leftover from the orange jacket. If you saw my all the collections videos I've been doing, the orange and apricot one. The last jacket that I showed in that was made out of 3 layers of netting, and then it just had loads and loads of orange beads all over it, and it took an absolute age. I made it last October, I think. Yeah, it would have been orange for Halloween, and so not just the October gone, but the year before that. And I'm getting distracted with all the jackets. I love that one. Okay, it's the last one coming up here. This one, so fabulous. And while I did use many, many beads on that, I didn't quite use them all. So I've got these ones, they're really good. They'd be good in one of those sequins flowers. I don't have very many of them, but I am making the Very Hungry Caterpillar jacket up into with yellow and orange flowers eventually. These ones are just loads of different seed beads and micro seed beads. These ones, yeah, they're from that orange jacket, and they're a nice size, but I bought them because I used to make beaded trim. They're not so great for embellishing straight onto a jacket. They're a little bit big for this. And then I have a lot of kind of large side sequins. Again, great for the base of a beaded trim. And these are just the most beautiful autumn shade of orange. They're sort of a grey, blackish, like one of those really autumny days where you just don't want to go outside because the rain is so like beating down so heavily, and all the fallen autumn leaves are just wet. And yeah, anyway, next is, well, this shouldn't be in with the beads. It's my ambition to make my own tweed, and Lesage in Paris do these magnificent tweeds where they're like, if they buy a batch of faulty zips, they pull them apart and then use them in, like, they hand make tweed. And so they just use all these sort of found object things in there, like lace and all different wools and things. So I thought a row of beads would be good when I eventually get around to hand making my own tweed. Okay, so next we have some... Oh, these beads here are amazing. If you remember my Tempest jacket, the actual tweed was magnificent. It was a Lesage style tweed, so one of those found object ones, and it had like these decorator fabric strips in there mixed with lace and all different yarns and things. It was so cool. So those are the... Oh, we sort of missed them. But at the top there was the bag of the love hearts that I'm not totally getting distracted. So yeah, I got out all these beads to use on the Lesage, the Mediterranean jacket, which I turned into the Tempest, because the Shakespeare play where there's a storm. On the back of that jacket, there's this big feature, and it looks like a shipwreck with swirling waves. And anyway, there were some of those love hearts in the gingerbread colour and white on that jacket. Next we have the butter ones, and I got these. I don't know, sometimes I'm like, I just can't decide between stuff, and also, so there's some square ones and there's some sort of it's just an odd shape. And like, I think it would be boring if you used one, but if you mix up both, then it makes it look more interesting. Also, there weren't quite enough, so I had to get like 2 different styles. Next one, they're this sort of pale yellow vanilla color. They're glass beads, so they're a little on the heavy side, but they're so pretty. These ones are a sort of sand, khaki, gold, or khaki. I say it differently to some people. And I've got this sand coloured tweed that I'm going to use them on. It's the one that's going to be the Sinwar jacket. There's like going to be so many Sinwar jackets. Anyway, and then those ones are sort of gold khaki. And then these are, I bought all these they're kids beads. And I've got some like pears, apples, cherries, strawberries, watermelons. I used the reddish ones on the green Italian tweed, and then I've got those ones to use up, as well as some little tulips. Next, I think we'll go for the purples and magentas. So I've got so many purple beads, and at some point I clearly got bored and just mixed purple, mauve, blue, dark blue, and periwinkle blue together. I think because I love in that movie Monsters Inc., you know how Sully, the big fluffy monster, I love how they mix sort of aqua, a bluey aqua and purple on him. And then so anyway, hopefully I'll use them eventually. The metallic sort of magenta ones, I think I'm going to use all of them on one jacket and sort of do the dripping wisteria bits of beads. This is, oh my gosh, there was this box in like a craft store, in the kids section, and they're just the weirdest mix of colours. They're very Barbie doll, like all the colours that Barbie loves. So I think I'll separate them out and have the fluoro pink ones on a fluoro one, and anyway. And then I've got some mushroom glass pearls. It's a mushroom colour. You can't really tell, but it's a beautiful colour on the right tweed. And then these are sort of, I guess they're a beigey, sort of champagne-y pink, I don't know, or mushroom colour, and they're glass beads, and I just think they're pretty. Next we have, these are fluoro yellow. They are just so, sometimes you see something and you're like, wow, that would be a challenge to use, because they are super ugly. So yes, on the Paris jacket that I've been doing recently, I've been dripping, well, obviously these ones are green, not fluoro. Well, there are fluoro green ones in here, but the fluoro yellow ones, I don't know why I bought them, but I think if I do the dripping down thing, the wisteria thing, or whatever vertical garden thing, I think that would be interesting. I could just use them instead of pearls on that Oscar de la Renta black, white and fluoro green tweed jacket that I showed in the green, bright and pale green video of all my jackets in those colours. Next we have, these are glass beads, so they're quite heavy. And if you saw the Snow White jacket that I attempted to bead, I had some brighter colours on that, and these are sort of the odd colours. So the neon ones, it's just the perfect colour for this lint and tweed I have in neon colours, cream and navy that I want to bead. So that's what I'm going to use them for. The hot pink is very magenta, so I might use that on one of my Chanel magenta jackets. Oh, and so they're just really good colours. These beads here, so this is a standard standard size 6 or 4mm bead. The standard size ones are the ones that I use to anchor the flower beads on the grey flower jacket. So the one in the middle is a number 6, which is 4mm, and then I had these sort of wisteria dangling down bits, and I have been using the number 6 bead, but so it's clear, but it's got this sheen on it. So that's what it makes it look greyish. And these ones are smaller, so they're a size 10. And they would hang down and look so much more realistic than the chunky number 6. So yes, I'm glad I found them. So I'll probably use them in, as well as the other ones that I've been using, in the grey floral jacket. These are glass pearls, and they're a sort of, a pale pink. I've got a paler pink, but I like that one too. These are strawberries, so they're table scatters. You're supposed to use them just to scatter them around the table at wedding receptions, but I'm using them. So the green ones are sort of sage pale khaki colour, and I'm using them on what used to be the cactus jacket, but is the Sinwar jacket. And I had meant to use the pale pink strawberries on a silver sequin jacket, but now that I think about it, there's probably enough for 2 jackets. So I might do another one like the cactus jacket, because in maybe just in pinks or pink and khaki, because in Victorian England, pink was the colour of little boys, and the khaki jacket is a novelist, and he used to dress his little boy in a pink suit because he was really into classic literature. Anyway, the red beads are from that red keys jacket. I had a map on the back, so I took that off and I'm going to bead it with something else. And these are the mermaid pearls. These are plastic, so then they are a little bit big, but they're not very heavy, and they're just fabulous. But by themselves, there's not actually enough to do one whole jacket. So I was thinking that jacket that I'm going to make with all different colours on it, sort of a remake of the Pink Monet, I think I might use them in that, and then pick up every colour in the mermaid pearls in the jacket. So aqua, lemon, pink. I thought that would be cute. Okay, we're mostly done. We've just got the greens and teals to go. So here we are. I'll make a little, big semicircle of them all, and then this is them all, but I will tip them all out. It takes such a long time to make a beading video because, you just got to organize them all and then tip them out. And it's good though, because you get to think about what everything's going to be used for. So these are teal seed beads with silver coating on the inside of the bead. And then these ones here, they're different sizes and they're just different genres of teal. So there's enough for, it's a whole mix of all different things that I've bought over the years. And so they're going to be on different jackets. So I have made up some, not this year, but last year, in November, I had teal and aqua month. So I made up quite a few teal and aqua jackets then that I still haven't beaded. And then those sort of dark aqua seed beads will probably be used as anchor beads on something. And then these rice grain ones on steroids. Rice grain beads are usually much smaller, but I just thought the colour was so pretty. I'm not sure they're terribly useful, those ones, but yeah. These ones, again, I'll probably do that wisteria vertical garden type look. I know that that mint green isn't terribly, plant-like, but I just thought it was beautiful, and I do have tweeds that would match it. And then this is, I'm pretty sure I got really carried away when I was making the bead mix for, I think it looks like a field of wildflowers, because the actual tweed has this flagged ribbon in there, and it looks like blades of grass, so I put loads of floral beads in there. Anyway, so I didn't use the smaller ones, and I still have loads of them. And I've divided so I've got a bag that's got the more aqua-y ones in it, and these are obviously the more greeny ones. And there's enough in that bag to do a whole jacket. So perhaps I will use them on either one of the cotton print jackets I'm making or a tweed one. So these are just plain green plastic beads, and again those drips of those wisteria hanging down bits of that look plant-like. I'll probably do that with those beads. I have this gorgeous, it might be a bit bright. It's more of a Kelly green fabric with white with black print on it, so maybe I'll use them on that. These are very heavy glass pearl beads, and they're beautiful. They're a sort of olive khaki sort of color, so maybe the green Chanel tweed, or maybe one of that Linton tweed that's black and khaki. I haven't filmed the khaki and olive jackets yet, but they're on the rack ready to go, so I'll have to keep some of the clips from this beading episode, and you'll get what I mean. Lastly, we have they're round beads, but they're faceted, so they've sort of had this roundness cut out of them. Two of them are slightly larger, and then these middle ones here are slightly smaller, and I used them in the vintage knit jacket. And yeah, I don't think I filmed this as part of the collections videos yet. It'll either go in the green video or the magenta video. I'm not sure which yet. So anyway, I bought out the khaki ones again. So they're, as I said, they're all faceted round ones. The mixed green ones are slightly smaller, so I'll use them on, I don't know, I really enjoyed making the vintage knit jacket. So I think I might do another one in just all different greens. And clearly I have enough of every type of green. So yeah, and I've got a whitey beige jacket, tweed jacket, that I think I'll use as the base perhaps. Anyway, so that is it for all this box of beads. So it's time to put these all back in the box, except for these ones. I'm going to keep them out, and I just unstring them and put them in, separate them into colors. I really love those green ones. They're sort of halfway between bright green and khaki green. It's really beautiful. So depending on, because they're sort of a transparent glass, depending on what you put them on, they can either look really dark or much lighter and brighter. So be interesting to see what I use them on. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired to drag out your collection, dust it off, and have a look at everything. Whether it's your fabric stash or your collection of buttons or whatever. Or maybe I'm thinking about what I'm going to do for my Make 9 for 2025. Goodness, time is both dragging and flying. Anyway, so yeah, maybe making my own tweed and then turning that tweed into a jacket should be one of my Make 9 things for next year. Who knows? That seems very big. Maybe I should just finish everything that's not completely finished first. Do that in the year and then sort of go from there. I don't know. I was thinking of Make 9 having 9 different types of beads that I'm going to turn into, make a jacket, then use the beads on it. So, or maybe tweeds. I didn't do very well on my Make 9 for this year. I only ended up making a few things, but they were spectacular things, like I beaded the vintage knit jacket, which is just, I'm so really happy with the way that turned out. And it sort of led to me doing other things as well. So I think it was worthwhile because it sort of gets you out of your comfort zone and tests you and makes you be more creative. It was fun. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and happy sewing and beading and collecting.